Um, so actually, I don't know these two players. PB's straight up. I know that m0m0's been playing for a while, and I know RetroRuns is kind of an old boy that maybe never really fully dedicated his time. But both of them getting bomb club here. Beck will start to the run, please. Okay, so they're choosing different routes. m0m0 is selecting to do the 9th star. Oh, not 9th star. You'll have 9 stars going out of worms. It saves a second and 70 stars to like do the slide first. Just so like the route is a little bit faster. Some people choose not to do it. I personally don't, because it makes the text boxes a little bit more annoying. But it is faster, so m0m0 should be gaining at least a second just from that. He gets a 13-3, which is nothing crazy, but with the little bump on the wall. RetroRuns missing a blue coin there. Pretty nice backup. I guess he's going for half cycle. In that case, this should be perfectly fine. Yeah, that's still fine. A little bit late, but... Oh, and he's messing up the side flip. It could spell some trouble for getting the red coin over there. He knows that he just needs to get over there and get it, and then can focus on the blue coin later. So very nice. Good pickup. Okay, we see m0m0 here going for Owless first. I guess maybe he knows the... Actually, no, that's where it becomes kind of annoying with the text box now. You see there's an extra text box after he does this. Actually, that's pretty nice. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe I just never did the right thing. Retro is going ahead and getting some stars here alongside m0m0. Nothing really any big mistakes so far, just movement errors here and there. Okay, Retro is a little bit long to the left in the ledge grab, but I think he should be. No, okay, yeah, he was too far left. He's not gonna go for plank push, but I think this time it's better. So yeah, that's fine. m0m0 picks to do wild blue pretty early. Usually not what a runner does here, just because should you pick up the wild blue star while doing the side flip up on 100 coin, you have that as the backup. But now, in case he picks that up, it's just that time loss. RetroRuns missing the triple jump up for all this, but doesn't fall down the slope all the way, so he gets another chance. That looks okay. Just barely not enough. Meanwhile, m0m0 picking up here. Okay, he doesn't get the star, which is... I mean, he doesn't have it that often, but it would have been pretty devastating. Retro gets up there on the 3rd attempt, was it? Yeah. Not too great, but it gets the job done. m0m0 running into some pixel grind issues. Meanwhile, Retro is going for the wild blue now. Should be finishing up worms after the next 2 stars. Whereas m0m0 will be getting 2 from this one, and then he's also pretty much tied up, it would appear. I guess m0m0 a little bit in the lead would make sense after the Aulus. But let's see here. Oh, actually, never mind. I'm missing out the star count. It's because he gets 1 star less here. But yeah, m0m0 is definitely in the lead right now. It just won't sync until after Retro's done the slide. Okay, here we go. Retro's about finishing up Womps now. Doesn't look too bad. And that's a 635 fade out, 34 fade out. Yeah, not exactly what you ideally, but it could have been a lot worse. From messing up Owlus a couple times, that's fine. Ideally, you want something like a sub 6 with that route, of course. m0m0 about finishing up here. His time looking a lot closer to Retro's than it should be, considering the route. m0m0 with sub 7, that's actually kind of okay. So good start from him. Retro falling a little bit behind, but when we get to Dark World, that could pretty much spell a difference for that. We'll see. Retro doing the slide here. m0m0 following suit for his second slide. Let's see what time he's gonna get. Looking a little bit sloppy, but still manages to get 13.0. Okay. m0m0 redeeming himself, getting a 12.9, a little bit better. As you can see, he's pretty much about one slight star ahead of Retro from grabbing that star. So nice, well done by m0m0 here at the start. Picking a little bit of an early lead. Yes, this is a 70-star race. It's best out of 1. That's a very, very nice thing to have in this case. Okay, m0m0 picked just one of those red coins, though. That's a little bit annoying. I'm not sure how much time that loses. It's just mainly annoying because you have to fly around the side to get the switch and hit the star. There's no real quick way of doing this, but I mean, you can just roll out and stuff, or do that. That works too. Let's see Retro here. It's both going, saving a little bit of time on m0m0, but it of course depends on the rest of the 5 stage here as well. Okay. Very nice by Retro. m0m0 entering Dark World. This is where it could get very scary very quickly. m0m0 missing a little bit up there, but he manages to get up. He should still be able to get your cycle if it works out. Oh, I missed the red coin. Tries to go really far around to not hit the aim. I guess he couldn't really have slowed down anyways. I guess he's just gonna play it safe here, and he will. RetroRuns with a little bit of a better start to Reds, it looks like. Well, we're still maintaining the lead, however, but small things can make a big difference in the long run, considering this is around a 50-minute run. Not too bad for m0m0 though, and RetroRuns did very well getting Shigeru's cycle. If he hadn't messed up Owlus, I'm pretty sure he would have been in the lead right now, but it's maybe him trying to show off that, okay, those mistakes were just mistakes that will happen once. I'm gonna get back here and do my best. m0m0 hitting the throw very nicely. Retro about to do this. Oh, he does one spin. Okay. Half spin, or whatever you want to call it. That was really quick. Saving probably a second there. You can see the gaps definitely changed. I have no real clue as to these runners' route from here on, since there's the newer route where you split up basement in 2, and then the old route where you get an extra star upstairs. I would imagine these runners have been playing long enough that they might still do the old route, but it's going to be interesting to see. m0m0 with a kind of bad angle, and he doesn't make it up there. Okay, Retro actually in the lead if he makes this. Also pretty bad angle, but Retro maintaining his speed. I guess maybe m0m0 didn't hold up, expecting that he would go too far. So yeah, very nice by Retro. Momo flying in, getting the start. Probably just about an 8-second difference right now. Nothing huge, but Retro picked up that from maybe a 20-second deficit before, something like that. So pretty quick of a recovery. He's just been playing pretty flawless. Okay, Retro going for the backfield wall kick, and he actually gets it. Very nice. That can always be scary, especially in a race. Momo doing the penguin here. Yeah, Momo deciding to go for, I guess, and maybe you'd call it an advanced strat. It's not the noob strat, but it's definitely a slow route for getting the start. Ends up getting it no problem though, so it could have been worse with the death naturally. But Retro showing off a little bit more finesse with the skills that he has here, at least in the early game. It's gonna be interesting just from this point on to see if he's gonna continue to maybe, you know, have some of these slightly more advanced strats that will just save time naturally. And also, if he does, is he gonna mess them up at all? We'll see. Starting out the 100 coin route here. Guess Momo will be doing the same. So, a little bit of a disconnect between the runners. But the gap is not that huge. Retro missing this coin. He wants the safety coin. I'm not sure if Momo will be getting that. He won't, so making up a lot of time just from that alone. We'll be getting all the coins. That's what's most important. Retro can have a chill slide. He has so many coins. Yeah, Momo getting the coins he needs here. He can just skip out on one coin here, and it should be fine. Even if he gets it, it's also okay. Yeah, that's nice. Both getting 85 though. Retro managing to miss out on coins. That can also be kind of an issue in itself. Is that when you get the backup coin to have extra coins, you want, of course, to get 85 coins before the final 15, just so the star spawns closer to you. But it can kind of be annoying to skip out on 3 coins. I guess you can just kind of do it in the end. So Momo actually overtaking Retro there. Not sure what is specifically inside the slide went much more quickly. I guess just the penguin point at the end. I'm not seeing the runner's video at all right now, so I can't really commentate on what's going on. Okay, now it seems to be updating. Not sure if that was just for me or for the viewers as well. I think you might have also been having the same issue. It seems like I can only see Momo right now, so we'll be looking at him right now anyways. Going for that wall kick, side flip. Okay, there we go. We're back. RetroRuns also about to enter PBH, but Momo now in the lead. and now m0m0 is frozen for me. So RetroRuns is the focus here. Okay, so that was apparently just a technical issue. They had to be resynchronized after the freeze, so that's why some of them were frozen again after the while. It shouldn't be happening again. So both players here going up for the big boo. m0m0 maintaining his little lead. It's not that huge, couple seconds as you can see, but the lead is still around 10 seconds lead. In 70 star that can make it or break it on the last throw. So important to maintain the lead that you have. It should be noted though that the runners are not in here. This means that they don't know, where the other runner is right now. They're streaming to, I think they're streaming to a secret stream that you wouldn't be able to find. So basically, they don't really know what the other player is doing. They can only see it at a delay. So even though I'm saying this about maintaining their lead, it's not like you can pressure the other player by doing a strat and saving 5 seconds, because they won't be seeing it anyways. It's pretty much just the players doing their best of what they know and what they believe they should be doing in a race like this. Okay, m0m0 getting big bomb. Double jumps over. He's struggling a little bit with the angle, but that looks like it should be fine if he doesn't go over. If he's gonna ground pound? Yeah, that's fine. Retro picking up just a lot of time there from immediately getting it done. Again, like I was saying earlier, it says Retro maybe shows off some better strats, but in that kind of sense maybe also makes more mistakes. It's going to be a question about consistency compared to the strats they're doing, I think, for this run. m0m0 messing up a little bit there, but should be fine on getting the bird holding in A. Retro again saving some time on him. It's not quite a sync yet, but they're pretty much, on point with each other. There's not a major difference between these. Retro, however, messing up here on the pyramid, has to triple jump out there. Not that bad of a start to mess up on. There's not really that time lost, but of course you want everything to go as fast as you really can. Starting up with Fire Sea here. Not Fire Sea, sorry, the lava. Slip. Well, we're just starting with Rets. Retro runs off into the lava. I'm assuming that must have been a mistake. I guess he was trying to get a good angle for the long. Surprised he didn't have to lash grab there, but that's pretty. He gets the coins, doesn't have an issue getting up here. Went really high though because he did a jump dive into the volcano lava pit. But gets one of the hotter stars out of the way here early. m0m0 focusing a little bit on the faster, quickly done stars just to get them out of his head, I suppose. Okay. Kind of separate routes here entirely for which order they're doing the stars, but it looks like nothing's really going terrible. Some small mistakes, like you saw Retro at the start hitting the lava, but looking like they're still pretty close to each other. That's a pretty poor angle from Momo. He's gonna take the burn here. But he needs to get over the small bullies that should not lose that much time due to the small cycle of the elevator. He will give a little bit of issues there, but he manages to save it. Retro doing a little bit of a safer strat here, I guess. A little bit slower for Red. We'll lose some time. Not that much, maybe 0.5 second. Yeah, okay, Momo knocks the bully into the lava, doesn't want to deal with him. RetroRuns getting burned a lot on the side. What was he doing over there? He already got all the other 2 stars, I believe. Maybe he forgot which stars he'd done. Because maybe he did a different order than he used to. Or maybe I just didn't pay attention and he walked into the lava without long jumping. Okay. Kind of hard to tell, but I think Momo just slightly in the lead here. Doesn't have to wait for the star animation. Everything, yeah, he's definitely ahead. I guess Retro got burned a bit too much. That's pretty much the difference they had. I don't think Momo did any mistakes, really. At least nothing that cost him too much time. And he will be doing basically 2 segments. Let's see for Retro. Okay, he's doing it in 1. It's gonna make it a little bit more confusing. So now we won't really know who's where compared to the other. I guess maybe there's time difference standards from stage to stage. That's been calculated, but I don't know them in case they are. So we'll just have to focus on what's going on until they synchronize back upstairs later. Okay, Momo doing a very big circle around, just making sure he gets that chest. Really sure. Doesn't want to mess that up. Retro ledge grabbing, but oh, just barely not enough speed there. The ledge grab does make it a little bit harder to have the speed because you're not already moving forward when you land. Momo trying to reduce some lag here. The M64 catching up with him. Ledge grabs the backside, not what he wants. Maybe he's gonna triple jump up here. He will eat all the lag he can in the world, but there's not really much to do about it. Retro picking up some stars here. That was kind of a sketchy dive, I'd say. It looked like he could easily have gotten the I guess out of bounds death wall, whatever you want to call it, going down there, but just barely did make it in. Yeah, I mean, that's good for him. It doesn't die. Momo finishing up DDD. Hopefully here, yeah, he gets all the rings. That's pretty nice. Okay, Momo messing up at the start of ISC here. Usually not what you want. He actually bounces twice. I guess he expected to be able to just barely land and go forward, but it's not. Doesn't really know what to do from the cycle, but he picks up enough points that it should be fine now. Okay, m0m0 just trying to patch this up. Definitely some on-the-fly invented movement. Nothing that you haven't seen people do before, but definitely not fast movement, let's put it that way. He's taking some more damage here, I guess. He's about to make it to... I think this is second late cycle or something like that. Retro finishing up HMC. It's gonna be pursuing m0m0 here. I think he's picked up the lead. I didn't notice anything too terrible from him in HMC. If he did, then I've definitely not picked up on it at least. m0m0 finishing up pretty well though. Nothing too bad at the end. Just more early on. Retro going for the chest as m0m0 is making this throw here. I always personally hated this throw. As you can see there almost, the reason why. Kind of hard to time it because he just starts to gain speed when you make it around to the second spin. But he gets it, just barely. That's all that really counts. Okay, so m0m0 entering upstairs. Since this is a different route, it's gonna be very hard to tell the difference. I think m0m0 made so many mistakes on Fire C that comparably, Retro should be in the lead, but we'll have to wait to see that. Gonna start 100 coins, first things first. Missing 1 coin from that Skeeter there could be bad, could just not really matter, it's all RNG dependent. He could also pick it up here again, and he will. I think that was good recognition, seeing the line of the coin. I'm not sure if he decided after or not. I was thinking that he might do that. Okay, m0m0 doing a lot better here than Fire C. I guess calm down a little bit. The good thing about finishing up Fire C is that afterwards you get a lot of waiting time. You can calm your nerves back down if that's something that, you know, hits you pretty hard. Retro trying to pick up a perfect camera here. Ends up doing the craziest shit I've ever done. Sorry for the swearing. Doesn't lose too much time. Oh well, before that, but looking okay, so I think this can still be... I guess it's not really possible with normal cycle, considering what he's doing for movement right there. But saving a little bit of time probably still on m0m0. Okay. Yeah, Retro gonna be late here. m0m0 finishing. Well, not finishing up, but getting the star here. One of the more simple stars. Gets burned on the way over there, and that's fine. And let's see if he can get up there without dying. Just a, I guess you call it a safer way of getting the star. I guess that I can applaud that in a race. That's a good idea. He runs here. Can he hit the throw? He will. Great. Good job. Momo doing a fancy little triple jump there. Okay, so RetroRuns now upstairs. Momo finished up what Drywall. Going for T-shot here. 3. I guess, is he doing maybe 4? I don't really know the new route. Retro also missing a coin there. I guess he's not gonna bother to pick it up. He expects that he can get fine RNG, good enough to react to it at least. Except from right there where it goes wrong. He needs that blue coin, dives into it, has some dust, and that's a good idea because he just barely made that. Momo finishing up secrets, doesn't actually die, which is always nice. Retro having a little bit of trouble with this box here. Okay. About to be doing piranhas probably. RetroRuns finishing the final part of what Dry 100 here. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, he's gonna go pretty safe with it. Guess he realized that it's been going pretty bad with RNG. There's always 3 extra coins in the box by the end, but you know, just for safety. Okay. Okay, so it is only 3 stars necessary. Almost gonna be entering over here for Telltale Mountain after 1 more star. Okay, mix up for the wall kick here, no issues. What am I gonna be clipping here? Let's see if we can do good on these stars here. These can be a little bit tricky. Not too hard, but he's doing a lot of wall kick and that can go wrong, but makes it over there just fine. Good job. Start. Okay. Messes up the turnaround. Does a safe run around. Nice. I like that just to be absolutely sure that you don't do the same mistake. No making luck wall kicking. Very nice. Except that he has to do it 3 times, I guess. Well, he's gonna go safe. Accidentally walks off there and falls down. Not a good thing, but could be worse. Let's grab. Okay, gets up there finally. RetroRuns done with wet drywall already, so. He's opting to do the top of the mountain as the first star. Okay, Momo getting out of there for the box. Nice. The moment not opting to do bracelets here. Some other issues with this, but I guess that's fine if he doesn't really know how to. RetroRuns doing a I guess maybe just that ancient route that you don't see many players do for this. Just kind of an alternate route that's a little bit slower. So it's a little bit of an early jump, but he makes it over there just fine. m0m0 kind of making up a way to get out there on the fly. Misses the start, but he slows down. Okay, so m0m0's starting up here. It looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of a faster stretch here for well into the freezing pond. Hitting like the ground pound? Just barely not. It's just a little bit further left and a little bit fine. Did I miss that Retro fell into the water? I guess I wasn't really paying attention. Wait, what happened? I was just looking at m0m0 doing the other star, and now I guess this is the unfortunate part of being a single commentator. Not sure why he was in the lobby. Okay. I guess, yeah, my initial impression would probably just be he fell in the water. Decided to do TTM now. Come back for it later. But I'm not sure. Sorry for that one. I guess you saw it in the chat. You can tell me what happened though. Well, we're getting a nice wall kick up there. His SL is looking pretty good so far. I'm really confused. I should be paying more attention to RetroRuns. I was just looking at m0m0 doing the bully here. He's yeah, entering again, and let's see, Retro. Gonna have to do the kicks of shame. Yeah, as I was about to say, m0m0. I just wasn't sure about the star count specifically. Oh, Retro gets a first frame walking. That's not gonna work. He got a second frame first, and then I guess he hit it a little bit too low. Got a first frame, and then he's gonna go too far away from the wall. m0m0 making it down to basement again. He needs to do HMC, this time with a second ledge grab. Gets it just fine. Retro doing the old loop strap, the slight kick over for the ledge grab. m0m0 messing up the triple jump here. Gets down there eventually though. Again, it's gonna be interesting to see who's in the lead because the star counts are pretty close. But m0m0 also has to get back upstairs afterwards, which just takes a little bit. It does seem like, from what I can tell, m0m0 is in the lead. Which would make sense considering Retro did something weird. Had to go to lobby. That I still didn't see. Retro doing the C right here to get it. That angle seemed off to me. Yeah, That was not a good angle. He just went for it. That was not a good call. I think m0m0 is in a decent lead right now. Looking very good for him for taking this game. It does also. I'm looking at the leaderboard. m0m0 has a 1 minute better time than RetroRuns, from what I can tell. I didn't really know the specific difference. Oh, Retro dying again here. I guess you should take it more slowly, or yeah, not much more to do than just try and do it again. It's a very quick start to get out of the way. That looks better. That's probably, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Had a lot of spare space as well. I guess he was just trying to rush it. Okay, so I think m0m0 is done, right? Is that enough stars? Or does he need one more? Yeah, he's done. So he's about to make it into Tiffy, and Retro just starting SL. SL not a very long stage in this run, but it's still minutes. Miss that privilegial wall kick as well. Pretty nice backup idea. It seems like he failed execution at the end. Still making it over there. Not sure. It seems like Retro spent an awful lot of time just on that part. But he will have to do the record here. Okay, m0m0 going for lucky 2. Privilegial wall kick here. Doing an extra jump kick, but that's fine. Making sure that he gets there. From m0m0's perspective, he could still technically be behind by a lot, because he can't see where RetroRuns is in the run. So he's just gonna have to assume that he has to play really well to win. Retro getting messed up here by the snowman's head, having some trouble with that, while m0m0 is continuing his breeze through Rainbow Ride. Opting to do a little bit of a easier strat here in the m0m0 did. Misses up a little bit, tries to slow down, but jumps on the slope and can't do anything but a dive after that. Very nice looking by m0m0. His movement is actually looking pretty the stress he's doing. Has been for the past couple. Hasn't really been messing up too much. It's looking a lot like his game. In Tiffy, a lot of things can happen. In Sky even as well. I think having a bad TCC also mean that RetroRuns has a chance to. But also looking at this, I mean, RetroRuns is an entire stage behind, pretty much. Oh, a m0m0 dying though, so this could be the start of Retro's comeback. In retrospect, looking back later. RetroRuns now making up to Rainbow Ride. m0m0 finishing up now though, so he's still on a stage behind, but Rainbow Ride not a long stage either. I still assume it's about 3 minutes difference though, something like that. A little bit more even maybe. I can't remember for forced. For some reason he chose to get the the Toad Star first. I don't think I've ever seen that for 70 star. Okay, Momo getting out there. That was a decent angle. Triple jump wall kick. Gets 2 blue coins there. Not sure if that was on purpose, but gets the triple jump wall kick and is doing fine here on 100 coins. Retro getting reds here in Rainbow Ride. Trying to do his best to catch up. I guess he got lucky to bounce. I'm assuming that's the star he did first. RetroRun dives into that star. It actually loses 1 frame. That could be the difference between their time in the end. Oh, okay. Momo's fine. He messes up the triple jump timing, runs off and does dive. That can go very wrong depending on the angle and how you do it, but he ended up being fine, so not too unlucky. Retro is doing pretty good on Rainbow Ride. Looking at this, he's only, you know, a few stars behind, and that's pretty much just TTC 100 and swinging the breeze. So there's actually not that big of a difference as you might think. He's also already gotten the Toad Star, so he won't have to do that after. But again, Momo is still in a pretty significant lead. About 2 minutes or so, a little bit more. That's going to be pretty difficult for RetroRuns to catch up with. He's going to have to play well, and he's also going to have Momo doing some mistakes that will cost a lot of time. He's running over for the Toad. I think he already got that. Oh, okay. I guess I was just thinking about something wrong earlier. I was just looking at the star count thing that didn't make sense, but I guess it actually did. Maybe he just got an extra star somewhere. I can't remember. 64. I guess he's just not doing TCC 100. Oh, and he messes up the wall kick and actually dies. Oh, we're still doing pretty well here. He had some troubles with the 100 coin. Two more stars here for moments ago. Retro gonna have to do a little bit more playing catch up. Momo getting up here. Retro messing up and double jump diving. Could just be that he's getting frustrated at this point. Momo also falling down but not falling to his death entirely. Losing some time on the star for sure though. Can't get the triple jump wall kick up now. Can be a little bit tricky if you mess up the initial timing. After making a mistake, you get a little bit flustered. Okay, just one more star for Momo here to go. Not the worst pace. You can see RetroRuns doing the rage pause, as we like to call it in the community. Signifying usually that the player is not really happy with what is going on for him right now. He messes up the triple jump dive once more. But looks like getting over there is becoming a habit for him. Going a lot faster from time to time. And now finally getting up there. Oh, just barely getting around the wall. That could have been necessary to wall kick. Anyways, as Retro does the same star pretty much 3 times with the movement, but finally gets it. Momo is done with all the stars in the game. He just has to go to Bowser now and do the throws. So, if I'd say if RetroRuns has to catch up, it would mean that Momo would probably have to die in Dark World and then also miss a throw. Because only missing throws, I think I've never seen anyone miss more than maybe 7 or 8 throws. That would not be much more than maybe 1.5, 2 minutes time. And from the looks of it, Retro is a little bit more than 2 minutes behind. Momo picking it pretty far up. Doing a nice job. He's trying to go for the triple tomahawk kick. I guess he's feeling confident and it works out fine. Kind of a strange camera, but gets over there, so it's okay. Double jump dive into the pipe, and Momo's in there. I am not really able to see RetroRuns winning this. He needs 3 more stars here, and also has to get all the way up there. Just diving on the edge. Momo spinning maybe 8 times around before throwing. But he manages to get the throw, so with the time. Misses one throw there. That should be okay. This time a little bit closer to the bomb. Hits that throw. Yeah. It's 1 more throw to go and Momo's won this round. But here... Can't even see the bombs. He's just gonna hit it anyways. Very nice. Also flying a little bit far away though. Kind of annoying, but seems Momo's gonna take it. It could still go wrong. I've seen controllers mishap before, but okay, he's written done. And let's see him grab the star. And bam, 52:40. Pretty nice, good time by Momo. 2 minutes behind his PB or so. Not terrible for a race time, so congratulations. Not sure if I guess we'll see Retro finishing up here. He's pretty much done with the run. Just the star left to go, and then get up to Bowser. So it's not like it was that far behind. It just kind of fell to get like into a hole for RetroRuns in the upstairs. Some big mistakes that cost him a lot of time. Okay, Retro's still frustrated. He knows that Momo's finished because they've written in the Discord chat. But he wants to finish this up, which is nice. It's looking like it's a 55 pace, considering how many big errors he had towards. I'd say that's pretty understandable. A lot of time lost in his PB though. He's not feeling too happy, but at the end of the day, it's a race. Things go wrong, and he did played it pretty well, anyways. And Momo just joined. Hey.
Hey everybody, GG.
Yeah, GG. Well done. I'm not sure. I guess you couldn't see what was going on, so you didn't know if you were in the or not.
Not really. I just saw the chat.
Yeah, I guess Retro was not happy with his run. Maybe signifying that he was not doing too well.
Okay.
I think for the most part, it was kind of even. Retro did the old route without splitting up the basement into 2, and at that point it was somewhat even, maybe a couple seconds different. But I didn't really see what specifically happened since I'm one-man commentator. Something happened in upstairs. I think he fell down at the parade, something like that, and it just started to maybe get a little bit bad for him. But you kept your pace pretty well up. Not exactly PB pace, but 2 minutes off is not too bad. I think you did pretty well.
I made some really dumb mistakes, but 52 is still okay for me.
Yeah, that's, I guess, maybe kind of what you'd hope for in a race. Just not necessarily a perfect run, but not bad either.
Yes, it was decent for me.
Retro is just baiting out Bowser here. This is his final throw still, I think. Just doing blind throws. I don't think he's really trying much anymore. Finally gets it. Okay.
Nice.
So that's a low 56. I didn't really care much for the last couple stars, so maybe lost some time on that. But congrats to Retro on the finish. Anyways, I think it's nice when even if a player's lost that he continues and shows off the rest he's got.
For sure. GG on Retro.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be joining now.
I don't think so. He said he won't join.
Oh yeah, no post race interview yet. So, well, how did you feel? Did it feel like a decent run for you? Just all around, anything specific you remember that was terrible or really good?
It was really terrible. It was really bad. But I was surprised it was still a 52 because my beginning was pretty bad. Some really dumb mistakes, like in BOB, the wing cap star was pretty shitty, and only one death in Rainbow Ride, which is pretty good. But overall decent, I think.
Well, that's good. Good, you're happy with it. I mean, I'm not. I actually don't know how the league works. Is it all versus all, or do you go to the next round after a winning?
I don't know. I think I have to race next week again. Buffett.
Buffoon, yeah.
So,
okay. Well, how do you think that's gonna go? I'm not. He's on. Is he an emulator player? I think from what I remember.
I think he was on MU and now he's on N64 and he's.
Oh, I see. Yeah. He's got a PB 5 seconds faster than you from a month time ago. So pretty close in terms of time. But I guess he's just adjusting to N64. Maybe can push himself further than that pretty soon.
I think he can get a 49 pretty soon, for sure.
Yeah, it's looking pretty close. How do you think the race is gonna go? Do you think you're more consistent than him and will end up clutching it out, or?
I really don't know. Maybe the run goes well, maybe the run goes shit. I really don't know. I think he has some good chances. Telling. I think he can win the race, definitely.
Okay. Well, interesting. We'll have to see sometime next week. I'm not sure if you have the schedule yet. For now, though, I think there's another race coming up. I won't be doing commentary for that. But I think there's a race starting pretty much right now, actually.
So thanks, Flippy, for the commentary, and GG on Retro, and thanks for everybody watching.
Yeah, thank you for the run to both you and Retro, and GG's.
Thanks, man. So bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.